Brazil, all of South America, actually North and South America, south of the United States border, was seeing this stuff and openly asking for it. Now, look, you could see this is literally a few weeks ago. Now, UFOs tend to hide behind clouds. When there is rain or cloud coverage, you could bet there's UFO activity. But this looks like it's a clear sky, but you have one weird cloud that seems to be moving. The implication, this obviously being taken out of an airplane, is that this, in fact, is a UFO using a cloaking device. I would not be surprised if that's what they're doing. We've seen them do a lot crazier stuff than that. And if I'm not mistaken, something is about to come up in a little bit, which shows something a little more obvious. Because, yes, a skeptic could absolutely say this is just a cloud. We cannot confirm this. This is why I'm bringing this to you, the people. You have to help me decide what is real. Now, let me say this one more time. I say this every video, and I probably will keep saying this. There is no incentive to fake stuff anymore. If this was the 80s and you faked a UFO and had footage and you could sold it for 50 grand, CBS, Fox, whatever, in the 80s, maybe even 90s, right? Now, in the beginning of YouTube, yes, people created hoaxes because there was a lot of disinfo agents, right, out there too. And they want to muddy the waters by making people believe something is real when it's not, and then saying, ha ha, we hoaxed you. But YouTube pays squat. And there is so much saturation of every channel, and especially UFO YouTube videos. You are not going to make a living creating fake stuff for YouTube. I mean, unless you just are one of those, I don't want to curse, but pieces of garbage that just wants to screw everybody by laughing at us. Now, those people do exist, unfortunately, but for the most part, we are seeing good stuff. Now, again, these cloud ones is why I want you all to tell me what you all think. Clearly, this is a series of them. Okay, now this one is interesting to me because that blue light, it looks like it's two separate ones that actually, are coming out of it. Okay, this is phenomenal. Can you imagine the speed of this? Remember, that plane is traveling about, as a skydiver, I know I can't jump out of a jet like that because it travels too fast, 400 or 500 miles an hour. It'll rip you to shreds coming out the plane. I was almost able to jump out of a DC-9, which, as you know, is like a 737. That thing had to be slowed down to as slow as it can be, in the 200s. So 450 miles an hour is out of the way. Now, impossible. Now, you saw how fast that sucker was going. Considering there's no sonic boom or anything like that, I would probably tend to say that is not something we can create. That is probably a lot faster than hypersonic. But I guess it could be argued that it was something hypersonic. But my guess is definitely not a missile. If he's going to keep talking, let me just get past him because, unfortunately, he doesn't put subtitles, and it's all in Espanol, and I speak very little. Okay, this is not the greatest one, but look, this is brand spanking new. I mean, this is literally 2 weeks ago. We're looking here in November footage in Mexico. Again, whoa, wow. Is it just a really crappy phone camera? Because do you see how fast it's skipping from one area to the next? That is what is mind-boggling to me. Okay, what do we have on this one right here? Oh, is it the same one? Okay. I was kind of hoping there'd be something there. Now, mind you, some of this I've seen already on purpose. Other, I purposely am watching live with you for the first time. I think it makes it more fun. I was actually advised to start doing that with you. Okay. Again, you see, it just showed a frame by frame, and that thing just goes from 0 to, I can't even estimate. But do you know what the G-forces of something like this would be? If there is a crew on board, they'd be splattered against the wall, and the structure of this craft would be broken up. Now, F-16s, which are some of the toughest planes we made, will start breaking apart at 16 Gs. A human after 9 G-forces will suffer, pass out, and then possibly suffer severe health damage and possibly even die. When you're going, a few hundred or 1,000, forget about it. There is nothing made on this planet that is conventional that would survive that. The only way it would happen is, of course, if you have a way to produce your own gravitational field. Oh, I like this one a lot. They're always known to rotate. A lot of them are known to rotate. I'd love to know why. I mean, they don't need to be. I actually saw one, and it was wobbling and rotating. It was kind of weird, and it was actually upside down. That again is the G forces I am talking about that nobody can withstand. Again, if these ETs are on board and it was using regular propulsion that we have, forget about it. But we also know that while they're in there, their time is different. The time dilation is very, very different. Do you all recall the 2008 Turkey footage where it's a UFO over the ocean in the dark, and when you zoomed in, you could see gray alien heads? Well, an analysis was done by my dear late friend Richard Shaw and L.A. Marzulli in their Watchers series. And what they showed is that the ETs are moving ultra fast compared to what is happening outside. So if that thing was filmed for like an hour or two, what they were doing inside could have been a lot, faster or even longer. So let's just say maybe it was 24 hours for them. So keep that in mind when you see something. Just remember, it's possible that the time that they're experiencing in there is very different than ours. So that is, again, just this is what gravity does. This is awesome right here. I love this one right here. What are these things circling around? Is that one massive craft? And these are all external, like mini, UAP drones? Wow. Again, look at you see the dates of all this. Literally, you see the dates of this. This is late October 2024. We are seeing new footage. We are not alone anymore, friends. We never were alone. The world has woken up. This went, like I said, from the world's best kept secret to the world's worst kept secret. I have no idea why it's, not being covered even more. But I'll tell you this, the Congress and the Senate hearings, I hate to say it, folks, they're not going to get very far because you have the wreckage locked up in these, contractors like Boeing, Skunk Works, Lockheed, just all of them, Texas Instruments. And they're grandfathered in from the people who started the programs from when the crashes occurred. And that is why Eisenhower gave us that warning of beware of the military industrial complex, because it got out of his hands. Even though he met ETs in 1954, he was forbidden from going into Area 51 and threatened to invade with a tank, a battalion of tanks. That is how serious it got out of hand. And that was in the 50s, folks. We are in the 2020s. And look, the Pentagon just failed the ninth audit in a row, in 9 years in a row. What does that tell you? A lot of that billions, hundreds of billions of dollars are going to fund this stuff, the reverse engineering for technical capabilities. I don't think this is landed. This is clearly very low to the ground. I'm wondering if it's actually abducting somebody. Why aren't these people outside? Like, do they not see it? I'm shocked. Clearly the camera guy does. Maybe these people see them so often, they I guess it doesn't matter. I believe I told you this before, but when Dr. Jonathan Reed, and by the way, I know 14,000 of you and counting have seen the interview so far. I hope many of you more do, and also go back and see the other two under live, not just under video. Most of the interviews are posted under live, by the way. And by the way, I have plenty more. Thank you for almost 1,000 of you seeing the Stanton Friedman one. I know he's passed away, but older interviews are still fantastic. And I have the alien implant doctor. If you guys want to hear him, say so, and I will get that up very soon for you. But in the meantime, we're going to cover the rest of this, and I do have even more after this. I'm just debating if we should split this into two for the moment. But what do you think about this one? There's a few that were far more compelling than the others. There's some more on this. This is good. But some of them, the cloud ones to me are not my necessarily favorites, unless they're like that one where it was just that one cloud out of the airplane. Okay. Oh, I'm going to pause this for a second. Let me tell you why. Let's go back to that sucker. There is something important to learn from this. Okay. We can't see it, right? It's just a black and basically like almost see-through, right? You remember the landing in Vegas and also the Miami aliens? They both said they were like shadow aliens. And if you remember, there was an analysis done of the Las Vegas one where you could see the alien behind the fence. If you haven't seen that, look for it. And if you want to see it and you want me to post it, I will get it to you. But I believe this is what they were seeing as opposed to the grays that I showed you in the other video, which are just openly here, because apparently these things can be in 2 dimensions at the same time. It's like they may be 30% here and 70% in the other. A lot of people report that they could actually see right through them. And there we go again. I would not be surprised if that is exactly what the people in Miami were seeing, except they said it was a lot taller. Same thing with that family in Las Vegas about a year ago, which was shocking because that family is still going through crazy stuff if you haven't heard. Again, if you want an update on that, I would be happy to do it. This is why I want you guys to tell me in the comments. One thing I dislike is just lights in the sky. You can't really tell much. Now, this is much better because, whoa, okay, they're the same one. See, it's not just the light in the sky there. Once you back it out, you can actually see the structured craft around it. Yeah, I'm glad I kept this going for this part because I actually didn't even know this was on this particular video that I pulled for you tonight. This is, again, one of the benefits of doing it live with you for that reason. And look, it's such a public place too, such a public place. Again, this is Latin America. Just about everything except that one that said Bulgaria is from south of the United States border, whether it be Mexico, Brazil, or any of these countries, all the way down to Chile and Argentina. Okay. Now, should I get? Oh, okay. We already saw this one when I posted the 16 aliens. This is here in the United States. Watch, I'll just, you'll see. Oh, no, it's Canada. I'm sorry. I was told it was in the United States, but now we know it's Canada. This dog is barking. Look at the left side right now. Start to look. You're going to see a tall mother freaking creature. And I didn't curse. He caught that right, mother freaking. And what he's going to do, look at that. And he just bolts it. He actually is talking to his dog and saying, "What are you barking at? What are you barking at?" As soon as he sees that tall sucker, he floors it on his snowmobile. I think I would probably do the same. I would be in absolute fight or flight mode. I would either, depending on the size of it, knock the sucker out and then run, or just run, especially if there was more than one. Whoa. I did show you this one. I believe this was this, okay, this is the Canada one. I believe a family found this dead outside. And part of one of them was actually dead on a fence. And it was like propped up on a fence, almost like it got caught up. I'm not sure if that is this one or if it was this one, it was taken down. Now, that's the one on the fence. You see it? Now, I'm asking you, all you contactees and abductees out there again, tell me, have you actually seen any more of these aliens? Because I want to know which are the ones you saw. And some of you told me when I posted the 16 real aliens, you told me that those were, in fact, uh, all real because there's so many different variations of the grays. And I guess one reason they could be is Dan Burrish, when he worked at S4 with J-Rod, said that they have different timelines and the grandfather effect doesn't work with them. So when something happens here and they split off into another timeline, you can have 2 different grays that evolved separately and differently on different timelines, as well as Nordics and other things. That's a whole other story to go into another day if you really want to know. I do recommend checking out Dr. Dan Burrish's, or yeah, he is a PhD, Dan Burrish's work. Okay, let me see if we got anything more on this. Um, Let's see what we got here. I hope we got some more. Okay, no, this is a cave that they say, unfortunately, they don't capture anything in it, but it is said to be not just mysterious, but it is said to be having some aliens in there. I believe there was a video a while back that showed something coming out or standing on that ledge. I don't think we're going to see anything in this one because I believe I did scan this one before. Let's just go a little bit further. Yeah, see, I wish Jaime, I should probably call him and be like, Jaime, tell me what the heck you said on this video, or I'll just grab a friend who speaks. Okay, the rest is just some witness testimony, so we're going to leave from that one. Now, I believe there was enough of this tonight because I don't want to make the videos too long because then you guys won't really watch them. I kind of noticed that too with the longer interviews. So I do have more UFO footage, and I will probably save that for the next video. In the meantime, let me remove this. Follow me on Minds. That's one of the last social media accounts that I still have that is open. If you want to hear those missing interviews, please let me know. And if you want to send me in support, please leave a super thanks. Remember, like this video, comment on every question I've asked you, what you think is real, what you think is not, especially you contactees and abductees. I want to hear from you the most. With that being said, folks, thank you for being here. Keep your eyes in the sky and remember, the world has woken up.